You might feel stuck. Maybe people told you that you failed because you do not have a degree. Maybe you left college and they said you ruined your life. Perhaps you never went to a university at all and feel bad when others ask where you studied. Or maybe you see your friends finishing school while you work a job that goes nowhere. You wonder if you made the wrong choice. If this is you, if people said you will never be good enough without a degree, then this story is for you. Once, there was a young man. He was kicked out of university. Everyone who knew him called him a failure. But 10 years later, he became one of the most successful business owners in his city. He did not succeed in spite of leaving school, but because of what he learned after leaving school. Stay until the end. This story might change how you see your own future. In a busy city where colleges were everywhere and degrees were highly prized, lived a 22-year-old man named Daniel. Daniel had gotten into the best business school in the state. He dreamed of becoming important. His parents had saved money for many years to pay for his classes. His teachers said he was smart. His friends were jealous that he got in. But Daniel faced many problems. Not because he was not smart, but because the classroom felt like a cage. While teachers lectured from books, Daniel's mind looked outside. He wanted to build things, to create answers, to fix real problems, not just remember old lessons about other people's wins. His grades got worse, first from A's to B's, then from B's to C's. By his third year, Daniel spent more time in the library looking for business ideas than studying. He started a small online shop selling handmade leather items. He worked late into the night while his roommates partied or studied. One day, his school advisor called him to her office. "Daniel," she said, looking at his grades with sadness, "you are failing 3 classes. If you do not focus on your studies, you will be kicked out. This little business hobby of yours is ruining your future." Daniel felt a tight feeling in his chest. "But the business is actually working," he said. "I made $3,000 last month." She shook her head. "That is not much money. Without a degree, that business will fall apart. And then what will you have? Nothing." 2 months later, even though he tried very hard to catch up, Daniel was expelled from university. The day he packed his room, he felt like everyone was watching him fail. His parents cried. His friends did not know what to say. His younger brother looked at him with pity. "I guess I am the successful one now," he said. Daniel moved back into his old bedroom. He was a 22-year-old who had quit school, living with his parents. Around him were many small trophies from a childhood that promised much more. Every night he looked at the ceiling, hearing his advisor's words. "Without a degree, you will have nothing." He looked at his small leather business. Was it really worth giving up his education for? Or was everyone right? Was he just a failure, making excuses? For 3 months, Daniel tried to prove them wrong by finding a real job. He sent applications to 47 places: marketing helper, salesperson, office assistant, beginner jobs, anything. Every single request came back with the same message: "We are looking for people with a college degree." At family dinners, his uncle would ask loudly, "So, Daniel, still playing with your little craft business?" The table would become quiet. His mother would look down at her plate. His high school friends, now finishing school with honors, showed pictures of themselves in their caps and gowns. Daniel looked through social media, feeling like his generation was moving forward while he stood still. One evening, after another rejection email, Daniel sat in his old bedroom. Around him were leather tools and items he had not sold. He had $847 in his bank account. His business was barely making money. He had no degree, No job offers, no clear path. He opened his computer to close down the business website. "Everyone was right," he whispered. "I should have just stayed in school." But as his finger went to the delete button, an email popped up. It was from a customer named Michael Chen. The email read, "Daniel, I just received the wallet I ordered. It is the best work I have seen in many years. I own a group of nice hotels. I would like to talk about a large order for 500 pieces. Are you interested?" Daniel read it 3 times. 500 pieces. That was $37,500 in sales. His hands shook. He closed the computer without deleting anything. Instead, he did something he had not done in months. He searched for successful business owners without college degrees. The list that appeared changed everything. Richard Branson, Steve Jobs, Mark Zuckerberg, Michael Dell, Larry Ellison, Oprah Winfrey. None of them had finished university. Daniel found a local businessman, Robert Martinez. Robert had built a big factory. He started with nothing, no school degree, just hard work and learning. Daniel quickly sent Robert an email. "I quit school. I'm trying to build something real. Can I buy you coffee? I need advice." 3 days later, Daniel met Robert Martinez. It was a quiet coffee shop. Robert was 52 years old. His body looked strong, like he worked with his hands all his life. He seemed very calm and sure of himself. Daniel had never met anyone like him. "So," Robert said, stirring his coffee, "you quit school. Everyone thinks you failed." Daniel nodded. He felt a little ashamed. Robert smiled. "Good," he said. "That means you want to prove them wrong. That feeling can make you very strong, if you use it well." He leaned closer. "Let me show you something." Robert pulled out 2 small cards. He placed them on the table. "This card," he said, pointing to one. "It says Harvard Business School, MBA. That sounds good, right?" Daniel nodded. "This card," Robert continued, "it says, built 3 businesses that made money, hired 200 people, helped 10,000 customers." He looked at Daniel. "Which person would you hire to fix a real problem in your business?" Daniel thought for a moment. "The second one," he said. "Exactly," Robert replied. "Because the second card shows what he did. The first card shows someone who paid to sit in a room. Both are fine, but in the real world, what you do is always more important than a paper." Robert went on. "They don't teach you this at school, Daniel. A school degree is a set path. It's safe. It's easy to guess. It tells bosses, this person can listen and finish tasks." He paused. "But to build something from nothing, that needs different skills. It needs you to learn from your mistakes, learn from your customers, change things without asking for help, solve problems without a book telling you how. These skills don't come from listening to talks. They come from doing." Robert pulled out a paper napkin. He drew 3 circles on it. "Every person who does well, with or without a degree, has 3 things. First, real skills, not just ideas in your head, but things you can actually do. Can you build something people want?" Robert asked. "That's a skill. Can you sell things? That's a skill. Can you manage money? That's a skill. You learn these things by doing them, not by reading about them. Second, real results. What you have done is your proof. Don't tell people you are good at business. Show them the business you made. Don't say you can make good products. Show them 500 reviews where people said 5 stars. Third, real connections. This is the secret no one talks about. Degrees give you friends from school, but real connections? Customers who trust you, teachers who help you, friends who believe in you. You get these by showing up, by giving good value, and by earning their respect. He pushed the napkin to Daniel. For the next 6 months, don't worry about what you don't have. I want you to focus on building these 3 things: real skills, real results, real connections. And Daniel, Robert's eyes looked straight at him. Stop calling yourself a dropout. You are not someone who failed the normal way. You are someone brave enough to make his own way. There is a big difference. Daniel left the coffee shop. The napkin was folded in his pocket. He felt something he had not felt for many months: clear thinking. The next morning, he agreed to Michael Chen's hotel order. It was scary. 500 wallets. He had never made more than 20 in 1 month. But he did not make excuses. He learned. He watched 47 videos on the internet about making leather things in large numbers. He called other workers and asked them for help. He talked to sellers to get good prices. He set up a small system to make things in his parents' garage. His friends with school degrees were starting jobs that paid $45,000 a year. Daniel was working 80 hours a week in a garage. He made mistakes. He had to start orders again. He learned by failing. But every week he got faster, better, more organized. He finished the hotel order on time. Michael Chen was very happy. He told Daniel about 3 other hotel owners. Daniel's money went from $3,000 a month to $18,000. He hired his first worker, another person who quit school. Her name was Sophia. She was very good at designing things, but she had no official work history. Together, they made more different products. His parents started to pay attention. His father had not talked about business for many months. One evening, he asked quietly, "Son, is this really working?" Daniel showed him the bank account. His father's eyes opened wide. Daniel joined a meeting for local business people. At first, he felt odd. Everyone else seemed to have great online profiles. But when he told his story, a dropout who became a craftsman, people listened closely. They asked questions. They wanted to help. One teacher connected him with a store buyer. Another taught him how to set prices. A third introduced him to people who invest money. But Daniel was not ready for that yet. 6 months after meeting Robert, Daniel faced his biggest challenge. A rival with a school degree and $200,000 of funding started a similar business. They used many ads. He